Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of Weezy. I just want to tell you, I have spring fever bad. This winter has been so mild, and so it's like, I know it's only the first beginning of March, but I just want to get my hands on some plants and some dirt. So to kind of scratch this itch, I decided, what can I play with? So I went online and I've seen all this stuff with succulents and these cute dish gardens and arrangements. So I went to Barry. Yes, I dragged Barry into another project. I said, can we go to Lowe's and look at some succulent plants? I want to make a dish garden and do a video. Barry, can we go to Lowe's and look at plants today?
Oh, sure. Whatever you need.
Thank goodness he was with me because he could keep me in check. All I wanted to do, I was like this excited kid in a candy store, and I wanted to buy like every plant that I saw. There was all these shapes and sizes and arrangements, but he kept me in check, and he knew what I'd already planned, what kind of pot I wanted to use, container to put these plants in. So he knew what that was too. So he, Mr. Engineer, could tell me, you know what, you're picking out plants that are going to be too high. They're not going to fit into the dish and stuff. So he was able to help me arrange these plants and get the right size that I needed. Then he also brought up the good idea. So how are you going to arrange the plants? I go, well, I think I will do tall to short. So anyways, we got that all, and these are the plants that I decided to get. Aren't they just adorable? So we're going to put them in this dish. Okay, so here are some of the plants that I did choose. This guy, it's hard to pick a favorite, but this guy I really like. Look at, he's green and he's white, and eventually there'll be like a little bloom on there, and he's kind of spiky. And then this guy, he looks like he's got like little horns, like little trumpets coming out, or they could be, use your imagination, they could be like elephant trunks or something coming up into the air. This one, I just liked how it visually came up, and there's, if you look closely, there's beautiful colors that dot the ends of the leaves. This is a sort of a type of cactus that just kind of bubbles up, and I just loved it, and I love the pop of bright orange to give us a little bit of color for spring. This one, again, I just like the texture, the color, and it's just so full, and it just gives a nice geometrical experience to the plant. And then these just make nice little fillers for in the front. So we have our plants here. I'm choosing to arrange them, the taller ones towards the back and shorter to the front. And then at the end, I'm going to put some stones. And if I have room, I do have a little piece of wood that I can put in there for a little bit of decoration. We chose a dish that has no drainage holes in it. It was a piece of pottery that I had. It was a baking dish, and it cracked and broke, but I loved it so much I kept it and we glued it together. So we're now going to convert it into this dish garden. When you don't have any drainage, you do need to put rocks down on the bottom. So I went and I bought some just little pea gravel, and we'll put that down here on the bottom. Now I already have it in the dish because I don't want to be breaking your eardrums while I'm pouring it into this pottery. So we have the rocks in there, and then we're going to use cactus dirt. Cactus dirt is a mixture of sand, perlite, and other fine materials so that there's good drainage, because succulents, they are a arid plant, so they don't require a lot of water, and you do have to make sure that they drain well. So moving on, we will start planning out our garden, where the plants are going to go, and start planting. So we have all the plants planted now. We are going to give them a little bit of water. Now, you're going to have to watch these very closely for the next 7 to 10 days because, you know, they're going to have a little shock and stuff like that. But just be aware. Admire your work, but be aware. See what the plants are doing. Watch the water, and then after the first initial they start getting going, keep an eye on them. They can go 7 to 14 days without water, but I would suggest keeping it between the 7 and the 10-day window for maximum health for your plant. And then you're going to want to make sure that they get 6 hours of indirect light. They don't have to be right in the sunshine. Now, if it's in a small planter, of course, you can keep them in your windowsills, but just make sure that you put them in a spot where they get that indirect light so that they keep their form, because if they have to go start searching for the sunshine, they're going to start growing up and out because they're reaching for the sunlight. So if you like that, you can snip that and use those plants for propagation. But if you want them to maintain their size, you want to keep them in that indirect sunlight. And remember, up to close to 6 hours a day. With that 6 hours a day, you're going to have to do a little visualization. You're going to have to keep a little bit of eye on where the sun hits in your spot where you think you would like to have these plants. So this was great fun. It did scratch my itch to be able to play, get my hands in some dirt and some flowers and have my mind kind of explode with color and the thoughts of having something beautiful to look at to take us on while we're waiting for spring to arrive. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. There will be a link down below. And if you would like to follow me, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and of course, you can always subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm so thankful that you're joining me again, and happy pre-spring, everybody.